shine. Ladies and gentlemen, the dignitaries are all here. Let's welcome on stage the Secretary Minister of Electronics and IT, Shri S. Krishnan, onto the stage. Welcome to you, sir. I would also request Shri Amitesh Kumar Sinha, Additional Secretary MeitY, onto the stage. I would request the other dignitaries to please come over. Shri Magesh Ethirajan, the Director General of C-DAC. Dr. Sunil Kumar Vopula, Chair, IEEE Computer Society Bengaluru Section. Professor Madhu Viras Raghavan. I would also request Dr. Mohammad Misbahuddin, Scientist of C-DAC. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are all aware that India is building a robust and self-reliant high-performance computing ecosystem. And as we are all aware, the focus is on driving research, innovation, and industry-academia collaboration. And in this regard, the future Supercomputing India 2025 will definitely be a defining milestone in India's technological journey. On behalf of the organizer C-DAC, and of course with tremendous amount of support from the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India, and Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, I am Shankar Prakash, extending a very, very warm welcome to all of you to the curtain raiser event of the inaugural edition of Supercomputing India 2025. Tamagellarigu swagata mattu ellarigu namaskara. At the outset, I would request the Executive Director of C-DAC, Dr. S.D. Sudarshan, for the opening remarks and welcome address. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for Dr. Sudarshan.
Namaskara. Good afternoon. As they say, yahi samay hai, sahi samay hai. Thanks to Secretary MeitY Shri Krishnan sir for gracing this occasion of curtain raiser of Supercomputing India 2025, the inaugural edition. Equally important, the architect of ISM, who is also the Additional Secretary at the Ministry of Electronics, Shri Amitesh Sinha sir, and always motivating us, leading from the front, Director General C-DAC, Shri Magesh ji. And an event of this type, which includes researchers together as part of an IEEE conference. So we have Mr. Sunil Kumar from IEEE Computer Society, representing IEEE. He's here. An event of this magnitude requires a venue that is conducive for collaboration, research, and industry engagement. So we have our Pro Vice Chancellor sir here from MeitY. And together, I will take this opportunity to highlight a couple of small points, but that are very significant. C-DAC as an organization started its journey officially in 1988, but the seeds were sown in 1986. That is where we started. And interestingly, the first supercomputing conference happened in Europe in 1986. And the SCES happened in 1988, when C-DAC was formally launched. And today we have reached a stage where the supercomputing has reached a kind of a milestone with our own Rudra series of servers, designed in India, manufactured in India, we have a software ecosystem that is part of the global standards. And thanks to NQM, we have a large number of quantum-related activities under the NQM 4 verticals. We are working on it. And MeitY has this huge India AI mission. So as you see, today the computer has become a collaborative hybrid computing of classical CPU-based, AI-driven GPU-based, and the quantum computing together. And these three, while forming the core, are dependent on the chips and hardware that design it. So we have the ISM that is also taking a big shape, and we are looking for hopefully ISM 2.0 very soon, which will take us to the next grade. And this entire system has to deliver for the common good. So we are looking at various applications. They can happen only when there is privacy and security that is ensured for the end user. The whole thing, we all talk about green computing, supercomputing. So there is a system engineering aspect which includes system design, thermal, mechanical, power, interconnects, actives, passives, and so on. And the entire gamut of ecosystem requires capacity building because we need the right manpower who can utilize the next generation computing. To be interoperable and competitive, we need both standardization and collaboration and co-creation. So last year, when the Rudra series of computers were announced, our Honorable Minister and Secretary Sir has said, when will our systems will be placed to global market beyond India? That was the choice, if I can say so, expressed. So taking the cue, we started working with the supercomputing community across the globe. And today we have the inaugural edition coming to India. So far it has been happening only at continental level, SC, Asia, Europe, and the US as a continent. So this will be the first country-specific SC series. A lot of work went in the background, particularly, for example, IEEE. They typically need 1 year before they approve a conference. And because this is such a critical, important conference, it was approved with less than 6 months' notice. So they took an exception. They understand where India is coming from and why India is a trusted partner who can reach out to the globe. So these are some of the background that have happened over the last 1 year. And we are also lucky to have an event manager who has been doing, for example, the Bangalore Tech Summit for the last so many years, which is beyond its Silver Jubilee edition. And that was again jointly considered by Government of Karnataka, Ministry of Electronics, STPA, we have Dr. Sanjay Tyagi here. So now they will be managing this event, which allows us to go to a global stage. So more details will be presented subsequently. But today we have among the audience, sir, we have people from industry consortia, academia, government laboratories, and event partners, and a good number of media personnel covering this event. And we thank each of you for taking your time and coming here to be part of this stupendous journey that India is beginning. And Bangalore has every reason to host an event of this type, being the Silicon Valley of India. And last week, some of you might have seen our social media post. The state government, the IT/BT minister, has not only just endorsed to be a major partner, but he has given very clear directives on how Government of Karnataka will be part of this journey. And we have already indications from some other state governments. We'll discuss it as we go forward. And Ministry of External Affairs has graciously given political clearance for 50 plus countries to be part of this event. So with that, in the interest of time, I will not go any further on that, but I will welcome each and everyone here as a stakeholder of this event. The idea is we live by the words of our Honorable Prime Minister, made in India, made for the world, and showcase our capability across and be a trusted, inspiring global partner in the entire gamut of ecosystem that you see on stage, whether it is chip design, whether it is application, whether it is security, whether it is hardware, mechanical systems, interoperability, all of them. So it is a platform where we are going to enable interaction among academia, among government and agencies and policy makers, and all the industry people from startup to MSME to India, international to multinational companies. So this should become a place where ideas are exchanged, new innovations will happen. Today India stands for inclusion, innovation, invention, and this is one place we are expecting it to happen. Welcome to all this event once again. Thank you very much, and I am looking forward to hearing more from our Honorable Secretary and the dignitaries on dais. Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, engagement, collaboration and innovation. Thank you, Dr. S.G. Sudarshan, for setting the tone and for a cordial welcome address. At this juncture, it's my pleasure to request the dignitaries to kindly come forward and light the lamp to signal the beginning of this all-important curtain raiser. And yes, indeed, a day wherein India will grow from strength to strength and powering the future in HPC, AI and quantum. Supercomputing India 2025, the traditional lighting of the lamp. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause and savor this all-important moment. India is undergoing a remarkable digital and technological transformation driven by flagship national initiatives including the National Supercomputing Mission, India AI, India Semiconductor Mission and National Quantum Mission spearheaded by MeitY and Department of Science and Technology, the twin pillars of India's science and technology governance. And C-DAC now is organizing this all-important Supercomputing India 2025 to further strengthen this particular arena at the forefront. C-DAC has been striving day in and day out towards the success of this all-important event, and it's very important to note the support of the ministry in this regard. Thank you very much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we are all aware, C-DAC leads several key initiatives under the National Supercomputing Mission. And through the efforts, C-DAC is accelerating India's technological growth and global leadership in advanced computing. At this juncture, I would request the Director General of C-DAC, Shri Magesh Ethirajan, to address all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Shri Magesh Ethirajan.
Good afternoon, Secretary MeitY, Shri Krishnan sir, Amitesh ji, AS MeitY, Sunil Kumar, Chair IEEE Computer Society, and Professor Madhu from MeitY Bangalore, fellow colleagues and industry partners, researchers, academicians, and other partners of C-DAC who has helped us in this mission. So a little bit about C-DAC. It all started in 1988 when C-DAC was denied supercomputer. So no different from the situation we are today. We have been denied technology then. So, but C-DAC, under the leadership of Dr. Bhatter, we took up this as a challenge, and we built our own machine at that point in time. It was a transputer-based system, a large machine, more than the size of this room, contributing few teraflop of compute. And then it was a roller coaster ride since then, and we were able to build Param 8000, Param 9000, and 10,000 series of machines. And we were into this during all the phases of supercomputing mission. And today, we are into HPC, quantum, process development, artificial intelligence, IoT, power electronics, agri-electronics, and health vertical, and many other things. But the focus still being supercomputing, AI, quantum-related activities. And other verticals are still our focus areas, but we work closely with the line ministries to make that possible for them to accomplish their mission. So today we have our presence across 12 centers in India, 12 different states. We have multiple centers. Apart from that, we have a presence in about 43 countries worldwide, wherein we have started our ICT academies, proliferating our products and technologies, and building capability in those areas so that they can adopt cutting-edge technologies. So today we are part of the NSM, as you know, and then Quantum Mission, India Semiconductor Mission, and India AI Mission. Under the National Quantum Mission, we started a little earlier than what is today. Our thought process was that we should make people aware of what a quantum computing will be actually available in the future. Today, we are attempting to do that. We have machines with certain qubits, but we are struggling to make them usable. So we had this thought process from the earlier stage itself. So we started to work on simulators. So idea is to write application on simulators and then get users who can use those applications. So we picked up the QSIM of IBM and started working on that. We did a lot of training capacity building. And today, our C-DAC centers worked on a software stack that will become the de facto software stack for India and for the world. We call it QUniverse, Quantum Universal Software Stack. So far, we have trained more than 5,000 academic researchers onto this platform. And they are fully well aware of this. And it is available both as a simulator, wherein people can also accelerate on an FPGA or a vector or a GPU. In addition to that, they can also work on the actual IBM machine, the actual machine which is physically there, all connected through a cloud ecosystem. So people will not find any difference between they are running a job on a simulator or an actual IBM machine. The intention is to protect the investment. So people who learn, understand how to write programs, there is no difference when you have the actual quantum machine, when the bigger machines are coming up. C-DAC Bengaluru and Pune are working to bring in some reference facilities so that we can work on the different aspects of the quantum computer, be it the readout electronics, control electronics, the cooling systems, and the waveguides and all other stuff. So we made a lot of progress in that. And this new reference system will help in bridging the NSM supercomputer along with a quantum hybrid machine. That is one of our objectives. So we see that these are some of the baby steps we need to take to actually accomplish true quantum mission. So it is essential that we have a supercomputer which works very closely with a quantum mission, be it a simulator or an actual qubit-based system. So that is work in progress. We'll soon have this mission in our C-DAC Bengaluru facility. Under the India semiconductor mission, C-DAC has been very closely working with the companies, especially trying to onboard companies under the DLI program where we give a lot of incentives. Our Bangalore center is working with them to provide access to EDA tools. EDA tool access has been the biggest bottleneck for companies. The investments onto the EDA tool, the investment onto taking a chip and making it taped out elsewhere. So we facilitate that. We call that a chip-in center, which is running out of Bangalore. And all of this is done under India Semiconductor Mission. Under India AI Mission, we work on closely with the mission directorate, which is in MeitY. We look at responsible AI. So there could be a lot of interest in making use of the AI, but the most important thing is making sure it is responsible. So we are what is the implication of that on a cyber security? How people can be engineered towards what is not right or what is wrong. When all of that is getting addressed to making a responsible AI, and the C-DAC's focus is on that. So this I told already, it is implemented by C-DAC and IIC Bangalore and is sponsored by Ministry of Electronics and DST. It's a 4,700 crore program. So we focus on 4 verticals, first being the infra vertical and second is the application. We picked up few applications to demonstrate the need for an HPC. So it is not about writing an application and saying that HPC infrastructure is not enough, therefore we need more. So we consciously act upon making the system, the software optimized for a very minimal system, minimal infra, and subsequently scale it up to higher machines. And this is a decision taken by the NSM TAC and the EB, and it is being percolated all down. All the people working in them are serious about that. And then we have the HR, Human Resource Development, and I told that in India, in 1988, we did the first HPC mission. We did not have people to work on that, so we started something called PG Diploma program at that point in time, so that it could be, the products out of that can be consumed within the mission and we can start utilizing them. But of late, the people who get graduated from these programs find more opportunity elsewhere than C-DAC. And that will be the trend going forward. It will not be only for C-DAC or only for India, it will be for the world. Research and development, the few application areas we have taken up for a new focus and start developing research in that area, especially designing our own systems, our own processors, our own IP, creating our IP in accelerators, AI engines, network interconnect, storage. So a lot of work has happened in these 4 verticals. Today, we have already commissioned 37 computers contributing about 40 petaflop. The intention is to reach 90 petaflop before the close of this program by March, April next year. And we'll definitely achieve that. And all of this will have our own Rudra series of supercomputers. So it will have our own indigenous hardware. So this is as far as 1.0 is concerned. And more than 20,000 people have been trained, and it has been enabled for use across the country. So this is our HPC installation across the country, and mostly in IITs, BHU, and all of them are called Param. They all prefix with the Param series, Param Shivai, Param. All of them are called Param Yukti, Param Porul. Such kind of name is being given to all this mission. Last September, Honorable PM has launched the new Rudra series of supercomputers, 3 of them. one being NCRA Pune, Ayuka Delhi, and then in SN Bose Center in Kolkata. So they were the first machines to be designed, manufactured, and commissioned by using the entire ecosystem in India, except the CPU coming outside. But all of that was done within the country. So we work extensively on the software stack. It is important to know the applications are really using the hardware resources or not. So we need to profile them. We need to profile the application and see how they are using the hardware ecosystem and the utilization, and how to make sure application is written in a parallel environment. So we have created a different software stack so that all the users, the researchers can make use of this and start writing applications and using them. This is one of our application vertical, mostly the bioinformatics. So why do we need this kind of big machines? Basically, they run large memory program or large compute programs harnessing a cluster of machines, especially to run basic mathematics like calculus, CFD, call it computational fluid dynamics, wherein you want to model and simulate what each and every part of a system wants to do. Here it is the molecule, the biomolecule, the DNA, how it interacts with different chemicals. This is as far as the bioinformatics is concerned, but people would like to use the same concept to do material discovery, an alloy, how the alloys will bind, multiple materials will bind together to create a new alloy. All of this cannot be done by a trial and error method. They have to go, you need to have some simulator so that we don't waste real lab resources. So we do a lot of trials, we do a lot of simulations so that we understand what is doable and what is not doable and eliminate those false positives and work only on workable solutions. And that is where the HPC machines come in handy. They help you reduce field trials. They help you discover new drugs so that the life-saving drugs can be discovered without or minimizing the field trials. This is our accomplishment as far as the HRD is concerned. So 1,000+ students across the country, master trainers were done, about 500+. We had a blended learning program, about 1,200 attended. We created awareness, general awareness. And in the past, we used to run a lot of 6 months diploma programs, which was run only out of Pune and Bangalore Center. But lately we felt that this needs to go across the country. So, but unfortunately we didn't have the faculty who can go and give the lectures across the country. So we decided we'll offer that as a blended program. And now all 12 C-DAC centers offer these courses. And the expert trainers are, they go give an online lecture and they get trained and they get to work on the actual HPC missions, which is across the country. So, coming to Supercomputing conference, it all started in International SC Germany in 86. And SC, the one is happening, which is happening in USA, started in 1988 along with the founding of C-DAC. And then SC Asia for the last 10 years. This covers very few countries, Australia, Japan, Singapore, of that kind. But now we are bringing AC to India. This will be our inaugural event, AC 25. I'm extremely happy to invite all of you to be part of this. What is the benefit that we get out of this supercomputing events? We get to know what is happening elsewhere. We also get to know who is who in this area, how to collaborate. Not just creating application, even the simplest thing as a rack, the design of a rack, how to host multiple servers in a rack, how to do the cooling systems, So there are a lot of thought process across the world, which gets revealed in this particular event. More importantly, they see India is happening because many of us cannot afford to travel to AC USA or AC Germany, and registration costs also very high. I mean, this event is attempting to make AC event and the knowledge sharing happen within the country and bring in also world attention towards us. So we want to position India as an SPC, AI and a quantum integration. That is obvious and it will definitely happen. Showcase innovation from India and from the world. Make in India and make for the world. And this is a platform collaboration and for economic and industrial growth. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, collectively building an ecosystem that enhances India's scientific growth and global competitiveness. Thank you, Shri Magesh Ethirajan, for your address. We also have on stage Dr. Sunil Kumar Vuppula, the chair of IEEE Computer Society Bengaluru section. I would request Dr. Sunil to please come over and give us an insight into the IEEE conference. Put your hands together for Dr. Sunil.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, delegates, media friends, very good afternoon to you all. Representing IEEE Bangalore section and IEEE Computer Society, it's my privilege to invite all of you to this curtain raiser session. So as Dr. S.D. Sudarshan mentioned, for this kind of an event, we typically require 1 year. I'll tell you the background for that as well. When we see a lot of IEEE conferences, and IEEE Bangalore section being one of the global largest section, even the Computer Society being the largest chapter, we keep getting a lot of conference requests. We are bound to keep that quality at the international level. So that's the reason that any conference, when we thought through, it needs to have a 1 year time period and then thought through all the process and all. So, but when the request comes, maybe 6-7 months before, I'm able to take a responsibility to have the exception from the global forum by mere trust from the C-DAC team, because we are successfully conducting PKIA conference, last 6 editions as of this year. And then we are trying to take it to the global level as well. And we have a lot of history in terms of supercomputing and conducting these kind of conferences. So we are able to leapfrog some of the steps in between and successfully attracted more than 285 papers, as I heard from the technical committee. And acceptance ratio also, we want to keep it close to 15%. That shows how much we are committed from the quality point of it. And we have global others also submitting to this conference, and many people will travel. So just like Dr. Mangesh mentioned, it's our privilege to host this kind of an event in India and attract the global teams. And we are in an introduction journey. So being a thought leader in AI, I see a lot of importance, and we have seen a lot of geopolitical situations in terms of the compute power. So be it China, be it US, and India is also poised in terms of to leapfrog a lot of these steps and to be the superpower in AI. And this conference theme, as you see, HPC, AI, and quantum computing, these are the things which we are betting in the near future, and it's an amalgamation of these technologies and coming together to foster innovation. So that's why I invite all of the people and young minds to collaborate, and I'm sure this first edition will set a milestone to become a regular practice, just like we have seen other conferences which C-DAC and IEEE combinedly doing it, keeping the quality flag very high. Right? So I won't repeat in terms of a lot of things in terms of the conference theme and then what are the benefits we are talking about. But I'll just tell the importance of it, keeping the supercomputing mission and India AI mission. Some of them I am also involved beyond the IEEE aspects. So what we are all need now is not just only the LLMs which we need to depend or the Gen AI. We are all using, right, the chat GPTs of the world. But with the compute power which we are getting, and then with the optimized model, as we rightly see the hardware and software combination, I am sure we can do wonders. And we have seen some success stories in this year from China, especially like deep sea kind of things. Why can't we do similar things in an optimized way with our own hardware? And then it's not just only LLM computation, industry-specific SLMs, small language models. A lot of these thoughts are coming through different tracks in SCI 2025, which is a setting milestone for our future endeavors. With this initial remarks, I will not take much of your time. We will hear from other dignitaries as well. But it's my privilege to be associated with the SCI 2025 from IEEE Bangalore section and Computer Society. I'm sure we keep the flag high and then keep the series in global standard going forward. Thank you very much for the opportunity and welcome you all.
Well, Dr. Sunil Kumar Hupula expressing happiness for being a part of this noble endeavor and at the same time, highly positive comments. Thank you, sir. We also have Dr. Muhammad Misbauddin. So what exactly is the SCI 2025 spectrum? I would request Dr. Muhammad, Scientist F, to give us an insight.
Thank you very much, respected dignitaries on the dais, media and colleagues. I'm just going to cover about the event spectrum, what all sessions we have, but we have taken this decision of having the supercomputing conference here with all the support from Ministry of Electronics and IT, DST, Secretary Sir, Additional Secretary, Director General, Executive Director and all. Thank you very much, sir. When we attended the Supercomputing Asia and ISC Germany, we thought that why can't we do this conference? We have seen many conferences on academic conferences, research conferences on AI, quantum, HPC. But here, this is not only the IEEE conference alone, it has the other multiple parallel tracks and events along with the Tech Expo. So little bit of, kind of a big thought we had, let us take it to the next stage, like just now Dr. Sunil Kumar had mentioned that let us have our flag, fly very high. So to start with, in a Hindi couplet, if you allow me, I would like to just say, and I'll try to translate it in English as well. मंजिल उन्हीं को मिलती है जिनके इरादे बुलंद होते हैं. मंजिल उन्हीं को मिलती है जिनके इरादे बुलंद होते हैं. It is loosely translated to destiny favors those who has firm resolve. मंजिल उन्हीं को मिलती है जिनके इरादे बुलंद होते हैं. नए दौर लिखते हैं जो आसमान से भी आगे सोचते हैं. So we are thinking beyond. We are capable, but now we are trying to match to that global standard. And let us try our best to present to the world that India has that capability to match to that international standard. So the sessions that we have, the tracks that we have, if you look at on the screen, we have tutorials, workshops, exclusively as we are trying to bring HPC, AI, quantum together. So these three tracks will be there in every, type of the event, type of the session that you have. Tutorials and workshops, then keynotes. We are going to have some 6 to 8 keynote addresses in this. And there are a couple of already accepted international speakers who have already agreed to be onboarded here. And then there were 2 plenary talks and expert panels are also there. Then there will be parallel sessions in HPC, AI, quantum. And we have an exclusive session on HPC across the globe, wherein we are trying to bring as many countries as possible who are either using supercomputers or who want supercomputers from India. C-DAC has already supplied supercomputers to some 6 to 8 countries as well. So this HPC across the globe session will give actually where that particular country stands as far as HPC, AI, and quantum is concerned. And then AI for trusted and resilient future, quantum on the horizon. And there is an exclusive chip design enclave. This is also there as part of, our chip-in center and India supercomputing, semiconductor mission. Then there will be National Supercomputing Mission Summit along with that. Exclusive track on all the days will be there in Women in Technology. When we are saying technology, it covers HPC, AI, and quantum. Then there will be a session called as Birds of Feather, where people gather and then they discuss and then arrive at a particular topic, and then it's a kind of almost kind of unconference style session that will be there. And doctoral symposium, where the research scholars are going to talk about their research journey and what they have achieved using our access to the supercomputers. Then technology exhibition, where we are actually having around, we have planned for somewhere around 200 plus exhibitors and stalls, wherein the pavilions, separate pavilions will be there, HPC pavilion, quantum, AI, then government and public sector. There will be state governments who are showing their interest, as Dr. Sudarshan earlier has mentioned. And then there is a chip design conclave that will be separate, and there will be separate tracks, separate pavilions for research or organizations, R&D labs, and also academic institution as well. Then we have a separate pavilion for startups and MSMEs. So these are the event highlights that we are expecting. We are getting a very good response actually from wherever we have communicated. We are getting an extremely good response from people. So there will be special programs that will be there, like I have already mentioned. And then the parallel tracks, the IEEE conference that Dr. Sunil has mentioned. So in these IEEE tracks, so whatever number of papers that will be accepted, 17th October, the author notification will be released. So even if 15% or 20% acceptance ratio is there, then still we will end up having around 50 research papers which will be, organized and managed through parallel tracks. Then expert panels, exhibitions and demos and all these special sessions. And as mentioned earlier, that invitations, we have requested the Ministry of External Affairs for support in getting the clearance for those country participants. So we have received somewhere 50 plus countries participation. They have cleared, and they were very much overwhelmed as well. And they're going to support us in all these, the participants, if they are coming here, so visa formalities and all that will become very easy for all these countries. Okay. So this is all about the conference and its various sessions. Let us try to make it more successful with all of your participations. And I hope that the first edition itself will be a grand success. Thank you very much.
Well, comprehensive overview of the spectrum. Thank you, Dr. Mohammed, for that presentation. We have, I would request Shri Rajesh Singh, Joint Secretary and Financial Advisor, MeitY, to kindly come over to the dais. Welcome to you, Shri Rajesh Singh. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the time now for the launch of the curtain raiser. I would request the Secretary, MeitY Shri S. Krishnan, to launch the curtain raiser with the press of the button. Well, at this juncture, a brochure has also been brought out. I would request Shri S. Krishnan to release this. I would request Dr. Sanjay Tyagi, Director of STPI, to please come over during the release. Dr. Satya Gupta, President of VLSI Society, and Mr. Shivyogi Balloli, General Manager, LCR, to please be present during the release of this. Ladies and gentlemen, I could hear the sound of the clapping only from a section of the crowd. We are into Supercomputing India 2025, and the round of support and applause will have to be that much more super. Great moment indeed for every Indian citizen, because this is the first ever Supercomputing India 2025 HPC AI Quantum, and of course powering the future. Thank you, Shri S. Krishnan and the dignitaries, for releasing the brochure. A video has also been produced for this regard. We'll have the video, please. Let's have the video, please.
Presented by the Center for Development of Advanced Computing. India's pioneering force in supercomputing and innovation across the world, high-performance computing powers discovery, drives innovation, and defines global leadership. Now, India rises to claim its place on this world stage. With the National Supercomputing Mission, India built 37 supercomputers across the country, empowering over 10,000 researchers to tackle the grandest scientific challenges. From predicting floods to decoding genomes, from designing aircraft to discovering new drugs, our supercomputers fuel the nation's progress. Rooted in Atmanirbhar Bharat, India's journey in supercomputing is powered by indigenous innovation, Rudra servers, Trinetra interconnects, and advanced liquid cooling, designed, built, and made in India. And now, India steps forward with Supercomputing India 2025, the nation's own global platform for HPC, AI, and quantum. A stage where technology meets vision, where innovation meets opportunity, and where India meets the world. Supercomputing India 2025 will showcase India's breakthroughs in computing, foster global collaborations, and inspire new generations of innovators. It's not just a conference, it's a declaration of India's leadership in frontier technologies. As India integrates high-performance computing, artificial intelligence, and quantum technologies, we are building a future that is made in India, made for the world. C-DAC hosts Supercomputing India 2025, December 9 to 13 at iconic Manipal Institute of Technology, vast campus and international infrastructure. We invite you to join us for Powering the Future with HPC, AI and Quantum.
At this juncture, it's indeed my privilege and pleasure to request Shri S, Krishnan, the Secretary of Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India, to address all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and let's welcome Shri S, Krishnan.
My colleagues in the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Shri Amitesh Kumar Sinha, Additional Secretary and CEO of the India Semiconductor Mission, Shri Rajesh Singh, Joint Secretary and the Financial Advisor, the DG of C-DAC, Shri Mahesh, Dr. Sunil Kumar Vupala, the Chair of IEEE Computer Society, Bangalore Section, other dignitaries present on the dais, Dr. Sudarshan, the Executive Director of C-DAC, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure that I'm present here today on the occasion that we are having the curtain raiser event for Supercomputing India 2025, the first time that a supercomputing or high-performance computing conference or event is being held in the country. I think this is a significant milestone and it truly reflects what India is attempting to do in terms of developing competencies, capabilities in a set of key areas in the digital space. It's also equally important that this is not a sudden event, a one-off event which we've decided to plan because it needs to be done. It comes on the back of a fair amount of sustained work that C-DAC has done in the space of supercomputing over the past many years. Dr. Mahesh, when he spoke, briefly mentioned that it was when we were denied access to the Graced supercomputer facility in the mid-80s That is when C-DAC was set up to develop that facility within the country. And in fact, in their Pune office, they actually have one of the original Cray supercomputing machines on display. It's very interesting he said that today. I'm just coming actually, my previous meeting was with the Secretary of the Department of Space and Chairman of ISRO. And I'm coming from their office, where again he made a very crucial point. He said that, he's a cryogenic engine propulsion specialist. And he says that when that technology was denied to India in the early 90s by both the United States and Russia, that's when they developed the technology on their own, and today they are ahead of what even NASA has in that space. So similar to that, I think the work that C-DAC has managed to do under the National Supercomputing Mission, which is nearing completion, the first phase of which is nearing completion, is significant. More than 37 supercomputers across the country with a total capacity of 40 petaflops have been established in various institutions across the country. We have one of the bigger ones, a 30 petaflop machine coming up right here in C-DAC Bengaluru, which we should be inaugurating soon. Likewise, these capacities are networked, and more than 10,000 researchers have used this facility, and more than 1,250 research papers have been published based on the material which is available based on the work that has been done on all of these machines. This is important because this is a facility which is currently under use, which is being extensively used. There is experience which is being developed in the country in terms of what needs to happen in this space. And that is based significantly on what C-DAC has provided. But more than that, this particular event also reflects the convergence of a set of efforts that not just C-DAC, but MeitY as a whole, but not just MeitY, but a number of ministries have been working together. And this is truly a convergence of that. First and foremost, of course, is the National Supercomputing Mission, which is jointly funded by MeitY and the Department of Science and Technology. That is the base at which a lot of this is situated. And within that, we have now developed capacity to progressively indigenize the build-out of these machines, including the chips, including all of what happens in that area. And that is something which, in some ways, has been very, very significant. There are Indian companies who now actually build these servers. The Rudra servers are built by Indian companies, and we are now in a position to export many of them. The chips have been developed in association with a number of international companies, in association with Intel, in association with AMD, in association with ARM, and we are in the process of progressively developing these chips so that they are available in a range of environments where they can be used. And I think that is critical in the sense that we have demonstrated that we are adaptable, we have demonstrated that we can use it in a range of operations. In addition, under the supercomputing mission itself, we have added capacity to the GPU capacity in the country. We've worked with NVIDIA, we have chips available from NVIDIA to create an AI-based, GPU-based facility as well, compute facility as well, which is already currently under use. 2 years ago, our Airavat was the 75th largest facility in the world. I don't know where it stands right now. We have stopped speaking in those terms, but what is important is that we are adding to capacity, but C-DAC in a number of ways was the pioneer, and we continue within C-DAC also to add to that capacity. So there will be significant forward movement there. And that truly represents India's own sovereign capacity. Likewise, if you look at it in the chip space, whether it is based on any of these architectures, AMD's architecture, ARM's architecture, or even RISC-V architecture, C-DAC has been leading the effort to develop this. And this converges significantly with what we are attempting to do under the India Semiconductor Mission. and specifically the design-linked incentive program, where we are supporting startups and we are supporting Indian companies to actually design our own chips. In a number of ways, it is very fitting that we are sitting in Bangalore today. We talk so much about GCCs today. Probably the first of the GCCs in the country emerged here in Bangalore 40 years ago when Texas Instruments decided to set up their facility here, and it has grown significantly. Alongside what the GCCs contributed is that many people, many engineers, scientists, researchers who worked in those organizations have now set up on their own, are innovating, have startups, have grown. I think that has been a big positive contribution to what has happened through this. And when you see that happen, and when you see that they are working on a range of enterprises, particularly on designing semiconductor chips, and as is well known, almost 20% of the human resources for design of semiconductors is based out of India, and so that represents a huge opportunity. And we truly need to build our own intellectual property in that area, and I think that is the direction in which we are moving, and that is something that C-DAC, through the India Semiconductor Mission and the National Supercomputing Mission, is very strongly supporting. Alongside that is C-DAC's role and MeitY's role in the National Quantum Mission. The National Quantum Mission is primarily headed by the Department of Science and Technology, but MeitY also has a crucial role to play there, as does C-DAC, in terms of working on a range of operations. Both the Director General and Dr. Sudarshan mentioned about how we are working on quantum simulators and using that facility to make sure that the software programming aspect on the quantum scenario is taken care of. The second part of it, of course, is post-quantum cryptography, where again a very key role is played by C-DAC, by SETS, and a number of other organizations, because that is a very critical area which will need to be very important in a post-quantum scenario, and something we need to prepare for, and a fair amount of work is happening in that space as well. And eventually, when we have a quantum compute capacity of our own, C-DAC will undoubtedly be at the forefront of that also. So that is, again, a key area where they're playing a role, and all of this is melding into what we are doing in the artificial intelligence space under the India Semiconductor Mission, where in association with the private sector, we are establishing significant compute facilities. Currently, we started out the mission with the expectation that we will do about 10,000 GPUs worth on the basis of a viability gap funding we provide. But we pivoted and we decided that it wouldn't be so sensible to do a viability gap funding as much as it might be better to do a voucher-based system. And in the process, we've managed to encourage the private sector to already establish about 38,000 GPU worth of capacity for compute in the country, which is likely to expand even further. And this model of establishing compute has now been found to be very viable, not just for a country like India, but for much of the global south and for many other countries in the world, and is being advocated by the World Bank and other institutions as a very viable and very significantly less expensive way for many countries in the world to actually establish some capacity, and for India also to then become the base on which we are able to supply such capacity to the rest of the world. Today, of course, in Delhi, there's been an important announcement made by Google to establish their data center capacity, and that again is a very significant move which will support the expansion of data center and compute capacity in the country, which needs to come up in different parts in multiple ways. All of this combined with what this represents, I think, and what C-DAC has managed to do through all of this is a three-way partnership. And that, I think, is very important. There's, of course, government, on the one side, represented by the various research institutions. There's academia and a number of academics who work in the space. And, of course, the private sector, which has come in to partner us in multiple ways. In every step, in each of these missions, whether it is the supercomputing mission, the national quantum mission, the AI mission, or the semiconductor mission, all of this is areas where we've worked very closely with the private sector. In some ways, the most significant beneficiaries have been the private sector, and they've been able to contribute. This has been truly a three-way effort. Many people talk about, how industry, academia, collaboration is important, how government needs to encourage this kind of investment by industry. You have ready examples here where this has been done and done successfully. And I think that is something which needs to be recognized. And in that sense, I think the first Supercomputing India conference, which is proposed to be hosted along with IEEE, represents how all of this comes together. How all of this we are going to be in an age, and I think that is, again, a significance of this. It's not just about, do you have enough high-performance compute with you, do you have enough GPUs with you, or do you have enough quantum with you? Or it's not that one of these will prevail over the others. I think the computing environment will require all three kinds of facilities, and the importance of all three of them interfacing with each other in order to make sure that the best results are offered to society at large and to academia and the researchers and to industry is, I think, what is crucial, and that is what underlies the spirit in the way that this particular conference is being organized. And I truly congratulate C-DAC for having taken a forward step in this. Dr. Mohammad Misbauddin said, जिनके इरादे बुलंद होते हैं वो नया दौर लिखते हैं. So that is, I think, the importance of intent was emphasized there, that you have to have strong intent and you have to prove that you have the intent if you have to achieve goals which seem to be almost impossible. And आसमान के पार जो नए दौर होते हैं, something you can see beyond the horizon literally, and something that you will see in due course of time. I think it was a significant statement that he made, that we have to believe in ourselves and we have to make these big bets. Each one of these, whether it is the India Semiconductor Mission, whether it is the National Quantum Mission or the National Supercomputing Mission or even the India AI Mission, each one of them are big bets. They are bets which are made. I mean, I have the FA of the ministry sitting here, and we frequently have to argue why we want to make such a big bet. And I think internally it's always important to convince prospective naysayers that it is something which is worth doing and it is something that we need to move forward. I mean, this is not a reflection on Rajesh at all. He is extremely cooperative. But what I'm trying to say is that, anything that you do is open to criticism. When we do the semiconductor mission, people say, oh, why are you looking at 28 nanometers? Why are you not looking at 2 nanometers, which is today's technology? And why are you not thinking beyond? And why did you not do it? I mean, the questions can always be asked. Why didn't you do it 20 years ago? Why didn't you do it 10 years ago? And why did you do this? And why did you not do that? But I think the important thing is that we need to move forward, press on, and try to move along every stream that you can. Build on what has already been done in terms of the innovation which has happened in the system. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Build on what has been done already and try and grow beyond that. I think that is the crucial lesson, and clearly the Supercomputing India conference offers one of those opportunities. It offers the opportunity of convergence. It offers us an opportunity to showcase what has been done in India so that we now seem like a credible partner on the international scene. This is what we found when on each occasion, the 2 occasions on which we've hosted Semicon India, this is what was established, that finally the world is taking India as a serious player in this space. That is our experience in hosting Semicon India over the last 2 times that we did. And we are also hosting next year in February the India AI Impact Summit, which again is going to be a very significant event. All of this shows that India has arrived on the scene, is a serious and capable player in this area, and that is primarily because of people like you who are present here in this room, the contributions that you make, and I think the time has come for us to hold our heads up and say that, okay, this is something that we can also do. And similarly, the Supercomputing India is also another occasion that you can demonstrate here in Bangalore that this is something we can also do, because ultimately this is the technology capital of the country, and if we can't demonstrate it here, we can't demonstrate it anywhere else in the country. So congratulations once again, and my best wishes for the conference.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you would all agree with me that it was indeed a highly encouraging and inspiring address. Thank you, Shri S. Krishnan, for your address, sir. It's now time to let you all know the partners who are on board as of now. I would request Shri Sanjeev Rao, the Associate Vice President of MeitY, to please come over here and give us more insights into this. Yeah.
Thank you, and hello to all. We are proud to be part of this event. Just to give you an understanding about MeitY, a 25-year-old organization which specializes in science and technology-led events. That's what we have been doing for the last 25 years, and we are proud to tell that we have done and associated ourselves in managing some of the names of the events which are taken out on the dash today. Semicon is one of them, Quantum India is another one, and BTS, which has been there for a long time, and proud again to be part of SCI. We would be putting technology, we would be putting our thoughts to make and accommodate all that is possible in this event through registration processes, through meeting schedules, as well as onboarding partners who would like to be part of this event, be it as sponsors, delegates, or attendees. That's our role, and we welcome, and my team would be ready to receive your calls as we go further. Having said that, when we started putting this thought across in the industry, there was one brand which came forward and said that this is what we want to own. Now I would like to call Mr. Parminder to come on stage. He represents VVDN, and they have accepted to be the title partner for this.
Thank you, Sanjeev. Good evening to all dignitaries sitting here on the dais, and good evening to all of the attendees here. Yes, at the time we heard about the CI happening in India, we want to be the part of that. We are working very closely on the HPC side as well as the AI side, within and the outside of the country, and we wanted to be the upfront and to work very closely with the C-DAC team in this session and the event. Yeah, we are very happy to be part of this session, and thank you again, C-DAC, for accepting us as their partner. Thank you.
Another place, we always have to find a place to run an event, and an event which can hold, which can host of this magnitude. And none other than MeitY, which is in Bangalore, and I was awed by the technology what they use to conduct events, and we are doing this in a brand new venue. And I would like to call Professor Madhu Veer Raghavan to come and speak about the venue. Meanwhile, we can run a minute video of the venue. Please, sir.
So should I just wait for the video, or should I just... Okay, so good afternoon. Thank you very much, Shri S. Krishnan, Secretary, MeitY, and other dignitaries on the stage. My colleague Ivan Jose, the Director of MeitY, is also here, and to all of you, a great welcome. It's an immense privilege and pleasure for me to be here and to sort of have this great news to be shared with you that we'll be hosting the SCI 25 conference. MeitY Bengaluru is a new campus. It's around 5 years old, but Manipal in its sort of name is almost 70 plus years old in terms of the universities that we run in Manipal. So the MeitY Bengaluru campus is a 150-acre campus with over 9 constituent units. And it's a phenomenal campus. I think we have a campus tour right after this. Some of you coming and joining us. I thank C-DAC and MeitY and everyone else for actually visiting our campus and also for giving us the opportunity. Just a quick couple of statistics, perhaps. The MeitY Bengaluru campus is approximately 9,500 students. The Manipal Academy of Higher Education in the very recent NARF was ranked number 3 in India. And if I can just quickly talk about the research, our research budget is 1 crore a day. So we spend around 365 crores just on research. For a private university, that's a phenomenal sort of investment we tend to make. We are not just another university. We're not just another space. We do a lot of very innovative and creative stuff at the campus. I encourage all of you to come and see us and be there from 9 to December 13. And we will not just open the doors of the campus, we open our hearts to you as well. So I request everyone to come and we can host a very large number of people. We have a 1,150-seater auditorium, one of the best auditoriums in South India you would ever see. We have sprawling campus, we can have stalls and meeting spaces and very creative sort of conversations that you would like to have. You're an academic, you're an industry participant, you're a government sort of official. Just about everybody we can host in this beautiful campus. So I encourage all of you to come. I thank once again C-DAC and IEEE and everyone else for the. So that's the campus video you're actually seeing. That's the auditorium I was talking to you about.
It would be such a pity if you're gonna miss out. How will you stand out? It's your time, your place to grow, to change, explore, experience, evolve. Let's blend, you thrive, we vibe. MeitY Bengaluru, we belong here.
It's your campus, a home away from home. Through the journey, you're not alone. Let's create, innovate, shine, celebrate. Yeah!
Let's go! MeitY Bengaluru.
You belong here.
Well, the video just about captures everything I wanted to say. So thanks very much for the opportunity. I look forward to seeing all of you. And if there's anything Ivan or I can do, very happy to help. And I look forward to the campus tour with the C-DAC team and the secretary as well. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Professor Madhu Veeraraghavan. Indeed, a great inspiring video there. And also Mr. Sanjeev Rao for giving us the names who are on board now. At this juncture, I would request the Director General Shri Magesh Ethirajan to kindly felicitate Shri S. Krishnan, Secretary Ministry of Electronics and IT. Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. We'll have the Q&A session after this, so stay back. I would also request Sri Magesh to kindly felicitate the Additional Secretary of MeitY, Mr. Amitesh Kumar Sinha. Recently, the successful conduct of Semicon India in Delhi, I was also a part of that. It was a phenomenal conference. Thank you, sir. I would also request the DG to kindly felicitate Professor Madhu Veeraraghavan. Thank you. I would request Dr. S.D. Sudarshan, ED, to please come over and felicitate Shri Magesh Rajan. To Mr. Rajesh first. Rajesh Singh, Joint Secretary and Financial Advisor, to accept the felicitation first. Also to Shri Magesh. As a token of love and affection, please accept it for the team. It's an added responsibility now for the success of the conference, sir. So please accept it. Thank you. And also Mr. Sunil Kumar Uppula will also receive felicitation from Dr. Sudarshan. Thank you very much for all the dignitaries for accepting the felicitations. Well, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of questions might be there in your minds. We have a little bit of time, depending on the dignitaries, and a couple of question and answers can be posted. And the mic will come to you, and you can raise your questions.
Hi, sir. Hi, sir. My name is Suraksha. I'm from the Economic Times. You spoke with the National Supercomputing Mission. It's been extended till December 31st this year. Can you give us a sense of the exascale computing that the government is aiming for in NSM 2.2 and what the outlay would look like, and perhaps the timeline if it's possible?
I think, to be honest, it's a little early to speak about that. Of course, it's something that we are planning because we have to take it to the next level of ambition. But we have to first ensure that the objectives which we set out for NSM 1.0 are met. We are in the process of preparing the detailed project reports and the preliminary work which needs to be done in that space. And based on an assessment of the kind of needs that we have and the manner in which this needs to be met, we will determine what will be the outlay that the government itself needs to spend and what are the other ways in which this would be funded and supported. So I think while the NSM 2.0 is something that MeitY strongly backs and something which needs to be done, it's a little premature to speak about, the total outlay and the size and how that process will go forward.
You also mentioned the role of NVIDIA, Intel, AMD, and ARM in the indigenous chips that C-DAC is developing. Assuming that the intellectual property would stay with India, can you elaborate on what role these companies would play? Is it hand-holding? Is it guidance? What is it?
I mean, it's a mix, you see. I mean, you start from using what they make to make what we need. We start at that end and then we progressively move forward. And slowly you kind of reduce the extent of reliance and you start developing more on your own. You will find a new model of how this is to be done as and when the ISM 2.0 comes up and the next edition of DLI comes up. There will be more models based partly on the experience of what we have done under NSM and partly on the experience of what we have done under DLI 1.0. I think you'll find that there'll be variants of this as a step up, saying that this is why I said that you don't necessarily have to reinvent the wheel. You'll have to work and build on what is available and move further.
Hello, sir. This is Vindhya from Times of India. We are same organization. So you have also mentioned about Bengaluru will soon get 30 petaflops, the biggest capacity soon. So can you just elaborate more on it?
Well, we will be sharing details in due course. We are at the final stages of putting that entire facility together. We will probably, possibly in due course, give a tour of the facility to journalists and to the press and to others. So we will share the exact technical details in due course.
Thank you.
Hello. Yeah, this is Hallikeri, Director of Architect Solutions, Bangalore, and we are working on AIML. Thanks for this particular invitation, Supercompute India 2025. So, sir, I have one question. Basically, any benefits for MSCP for this particular event, putting up a stall, or any additional benefits for MSMEs?
So, see, there are many activities, right?
Yeah.
We make racks, we make systems,
Yes.
we make chips, also design of the chips.
Okay.
So for the event, okay, we can look at some discount on the co-sponsorship, from the sponsorship point of view. That can be looked at.
Sure.
But you will benefit more on collaboration, what you
Yes.
see on that day, the particular day.
Collaboration, in terms of collaboration?
Yes, collaboration.
Okay. Okay, thank you. I'll connect with you, sir. Thank you.
I would like to thank for the wonderful event. It's very inspiring. Being from startup, myself, Arenaka Prasad, MD of aegis. I would like to know how startup can contribute as well as participate and then leverage this event. So startup community.
So you can showcase, first of all, you can showcase your capabilities and you can find potential partners with whom you can take your products to the next level, improve the TRL levels. That is something you can explore in that event. When in fact you can also find people who can, if they are interested, they can fund your program also.
Wonderful. Thank you, sir.
Sir. So here, the question is for, I'll come back to that. One of my colleagues, raised the speech mentioned about 35 petaflop supercomputer being built in Bengaluru. When can we expect the operations of this and what applications will be there?
So it is installed and the testing is going on. So 35 petaflop, 30 plus petaflop means we are talking about 3,000 plus servers. All of them have to work together in unison to give the expected performance and output. So that we need to have sustained power. All the other utilities should be intact and they should be running. So today we are doing some testing. It is once we have the benchmarks and all that done, when it is ready for launch, we will have a date announcement.
Approximately, what is the timeline? I was expecting Mr. Krishnan to, speak about this.
Before end of this year.
He's already given you the answer.
And can you elaborate on the progress of the national supercomputing machine and its impact on research and innovation in India?
See, one example I can give. There are many impacts happened during this mission. One of them could be during COVID time, we were able to repurpose an Ayurveda drug, which was used other than COVID treatment. We found that the particular drug can bind with the COVID virus. It was not meant for COVID treatment, but we were able to simulate that on our HPC mission, which we call Paramsiddhi AI. In that, we were able to run the simulation, and when we were able to find that. We work closely with Lupin Pharma on a different subject, where we do a lot of drug discovery.
One final question to Mr. Krishnan, sir. Your speech, emphasized collaboration between government, academia, and the private sector. Can you give examples of successful partnerships that have emerged from these initiatives?
No, I think, as I said, each one of these, if you look at the India Semiconductor Mission, it is fundamentally the private sector being supported by government to establish these facilities and opportunities for academia also to engage through the startup and the innovation ecosystem and all the work that they do. We've also supported academic institutions across the country, including IISc Bangalore and 6 IITs, to establish facilities, academic level fabs, and which are then contributing to training personnel and doing a whole host of things for industry. So all of this comes together in that form. So that is, say, within the ambit of the semiconductor space in the India Semiconductor Mission. If you look at the AI mission, a significant proportion of the compute capacity which is being created by this private sector is being used by innovators, researchers, and others in academia. And the cost is being underwritten by the government to a significant extent. So that's another way in which the collaboration is already taking place and it's ongoing. Even in the National Supercomputing Mission, the actual build-out of the servers is done by the private sector. After development of this work has been done by C-DAC, IISc, and other academic institutions who have worked on the design of all of this. Now it's possible for the companies to actually build on that and take it forward. And they are now commercially, they're looking at possibilities of commercially seeing how their servers can be spent. So that way can be sold. So that way you can straight away see 3 or 4 examples of what's happened.
I think we'll take it offline, sir. Thank you. I would like to thank the dignitaries on the stage for being a part of today's curtain raiser. Well, ladies and gentlemen, do not forget, please mark the dates, December 9th to 13th at the Manipal Institute of Technology, MeitY Bengaluru. See you all at the Supercomputing India 2025. Until then, all of you, please take care. Namaskara, and thank you very much. Tea is arranged, so I think it's time to have some quick tea before we all head back to our respective destinations. It's again the same place where we all had lunch. Please have your tea and you can get back to your destinations. Thank you.